the technology that we developed, the work that was done could absolutely change the lives of other blind and visually impaired people just like me. And I am absolutely honored that I got to be any part of it at all. My name is Cameron Black, and I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I was born completely blind, and it has been my dream to be a sports broadcaster. Dreamcaster is a process that involved me collaborating with Michelob Ultra to develop assistive technology in the form of haptics and sound cues and Braille that would immerse those who are visually impaired or blind more in the world of sports, in this case, specifically basketball. It culminated in myself being able to realize one of my dreams and provide the live play-by-play broadcast for an NBA playoff game.
The stakes were really high. We could have gone to the Summer League, but no, we went to the playoffs, the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So, if this thing is going to work, it's really going to work.
People might think innovation is out of reach, it's far away, and it's not. I think what we learned with these projects that we're doing is that innovation is possible, it's affordable. You just need to understand how to design an idea that is executable and scalable at a later date. But you don't need to think scalability from start. You need to think iteration. The first iteration has this reach, and later that might be expanded.
If there's anything that I think a non-disabled staff member could learn from a disabled or a co-worker or a colleague with special needs, I think the word that comes to my mind is determination. It is very common for someone with special needs or someone with a disability to work a very similar, if not the exact same job as someone with no special needs. And what it requires is an amount of determination. It requires an amount of adaptation. There are a lot of jobs out there that can be adapted for those with special needs. There are a lot of jobs that can be adapted for those with disabilities. It just requires a little creative thinking, a little out-of-the-box thinking.
To build work that really connects and makes an impact. And no matter how much you do, you're having a lived experience of that, and having people on the team who have lived experiences really broadens how we can think both strategically, the insights that we get to, the richness, the texture of what it's like to have that, to experience that, but also pushes the creative in new and different ways.
If I was to give advice to any company on how to adapt their practices and adapt what they do for somebody with physical needs, I think it would be to really put yourself in their shoes. And that sounds easy to do, and it's not really as easy as it sounds. And we can take blindness for an example. There are a lot of companies who they think that to make something adaptable for someone with visual impairments or blind means all you got to do is make it talk. And that is just simply not true. You really have to really think about what would you need if you could not see and you wanted to experience whatever it is this company has to offer, whatever it is that they are doing for you, or if you want to work for them. Then you need to think about, if you could not see or you could not hear or whatever the case may be, what is it that you would truly need to experience that would enrich what you're trying to do with this company, or it would enrich your employment with this company. I have always told people, and I will continue to tell people, that just because you are blind or visually impaired or deaf or in a wheelchair or whatever the case may be, does not mean that your life is over. And you can still lead a rich, fulfilling life, and you can still be a pioneer, and you can still reach for the stars. As cheesy and as cliche as that might sound, it's still very true. I think Michelob Ultra, they very much correlate with that. I mean, their slogan is,
"It's only worth it if you enjoy it."
I think that they are not content just reaching out to the mainstream, and they want everyone involved. And that is what spoke to me. It's one of the reasons that I wanted to work with them.